Hello Year 8 students and welcome to Task 2. So in Task 2 we're going to be taking another look at the poem A Caged Bird and thinking about the experiences of Maya Angelou as a Black American and trying to make some links between those experiences and what the poem is about. I've taken the first and last stanzas of the poem, and I am going to read them aloud, but I am trusting that you are reading aloud at home as well, so please join in with me. A Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Now for this slide you're going to need some paper and a pencil, so go ahead and get those things. Pause the slide if you need to. So this is a picture of me on holiday 2018, but you need to use the information on the brick board there to research where am I, and then using that start to think about why I have posted this picture. What is the link with the information you found out and the poem and the poet? So, were you correct? Did you discover that I was in a city called Topeka, in a state called Kansas, and in a country called the United States of America? And here is a map just to show that I actually took 96 photographs while I was there. But you'll be pleased to hear I am not going to share all 96 photographs with you. So well done if you got that information correct. The reason I was in Topeka, Kansas will become clear in a moment, but I was visiting the building on the left, which was a school, but is no longer a school. It's now a museum of historic interest. Before we learn why, we're going to learn about the word segregation. The word segregation does sound a little bit like separation, doesn't it? And there are similarities, but there is a crucial difference. And when you segregate groups of people, you don't just separate them, you then treat them differently. And the idea in this picture is that kids who go to a rich school are enjoying better facilities than the kids who go to the poor school, because look at the broken glass on the door. In the poem and in this presentation, we're thinking about segregation in the United States in the 1950s and how people were treated differently according to the colour of their skin. Which takes us back to the reason for why I was visiting a museum, which was once a schoolhouse in Kansas, United States. So if we look at this slide now, I'm going to read it aloud, but I'm trusting that you're reading it aloud as well. I want us all to read along together. The Brown versus, the V is for versus, Board of Education court case, 1954. Linda Brown, a third grader, was required by law to attend a school for black children in her hometown of Topeka, Kansas. To do so, Linda walked 6 blocks, crossing dangerous railroad tracks, and then boarded a bus that took her to Monroe Elementary. Yet, only 7 blocks from her house was Sumner Elementary, a school attended by white children, and which, save for segregation, Linda would otherwise have attended. Her father, Oliver Brown, brought a court case against the Topeka School District and won. It was an historic court case that made segregation illegal in schools across America. That's why the School of Montgomery Elementary became a National Historic Site, visited by people from all over the world. And the reference for that information is at the bottom, and if you want to go to that website later to find out more about this really interesting court case, there is the website address. Inside the museum was information all about that famous court case, but it was about more than that as well. It was about the broader fight for civil rights and the fight for equal treatment by African Americans. And as you can see from this notice here, that the law to make segregation illegal did not change things overnight, and the fight continued. And I'm going to let you read through this interesting notice to yourselves now. Make sure you have your pen and paper ready, because I want to ask a question of you now. So why have I just spent 10 minutes talking about this museum in Kansas, and what is the link between all this information and the poem A Caged Bird? So I'd really like you to give that question some thought. Don't just give a sort of shallow surface answer. I really want you to think quite deeply about that question and to write down some of your thoughts on that. Thank you. Here are my ideas about the links between the presentation and the poem. I'm sure you may have put some similar things down. So I noted that segregation is about people being treated very differently, and of course in A Caged Bird we have the comparison between a free bird and a bird that is caged and has had his wings clipped and his feet tied, so unable to escape from those restrictions, and yet seeing the freedoms that the free bird is experiencing. And I was thinking that was a little bit like the black children who were going to the schools, who had to walk much further than the white kids, and they could see that the white kids were in better buildings and had better opportunities. So that was some of my ideas there. And also then it brought me back to thinking about the black student who, despite going to university, she was eventually forced out because of protest by the white students, and how that really limited her experience and her opportunities for later on in life. So I do hope you're going to share your ideas with me when you submit your work to me through the homework app, and I will speak to you on the next slide. And there is one more link between the poem and the museum, because as I was leaving the museum, I noticed that on a nearby wall there had been this mural painted. And as you can see, it's so bright and colourful and beautiful, and all kinds of symbols of America are on the mural. But right in the middle, if you look very closely, there is a quote by Maya Angelou. So, and as we know, she is the poet of A Caged Bird. So I just thought that brought us full circle in this presentation. Now the quote in the middle of that mural is pretty hard to read, so I've written it here for you. We all should know that diversity makes for a rich tapestry, and we must understand that all the threads are equal in value, no matter what their colour. So a very appropriate quote on which to end our presentation. I hope you've enjoyed it.